Okay, this is the No Apology Podcast, episode 32. Um, I'm your lovely host, Shaquille, and I want to give a shout out before we get into this episode to my brother Chris. He's not going to be with us this episode. He's doing the dad thing. His daughter's birthday is actually the day after Christmas, I believe. So technically, I'm giving her an early happy birthday. But when he hears this, this will be a happy belated. So I want to give a shout out to his daughter Malia. Um, yeah, this is a special episode. Those that have been tuning in from the beginning of times, I'm back with the original crew. To the left of me, I have my brother Tyler.
Yo, what's happening, baby?
What's happening?
God damn, it's good to be back.
And to the right of me, my brother, the one that, I started all this shit with, my brother Steve.
Yeah, what's up?
What's going on, fellas?
What up?
I think first things first, I've been noticing you guys riding around and getting it. Pause. You guys are really pushing that iron. Not the the weight, but y'all.
I mean, push that too.
Y'all working out, man.
I keep that thing too.
Y'all in the gym.
You
getting
will get
to
clapped.
Yeah. And
it's only right.
Steve's a little excited, so
he just brought back.
It's only right, bro.
But I'm seeing y'all in the gym, and for Steve particularly, like since I've known him, I've never known him to be like a gym rat type of guy. So that's definitely inspiring to see y'all in the gym really getting to it during this pandemic. So I want y'all to speak a little bit on y'all experiences and what's the benefits and the non-benefits of working out.
I think that it's been a really difficult year for everybody. I think everybody in their own way is going through some shit this year. It's just been weird, the state of the world, a pandemic, and then all the things that trickle around that. So there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression and shit that came out of that. I was already fucking dealing with anxiety and depression in my life. I think, but maybe all three of us were. So, I was at a really low point, and it just kind of popped in my mind. I was like, man, what else do I have to lose? Like, I might as well just start. I just needed that challenge. I wanted to do a difficult thing every day. I wanted to give myself that kind of opportunity to, overcome something every day and just have a new goal that's outside of my music, outside of my career, outside of my love life, outside of regular life, like outside of everything. I just wanted to do something for myself and just kind of push myself to the limit and see what I could do. And we have been. I'm grateful to have Tyler. You know what I'm saying? He don't have us just in there, picking up weights and putting weights down. Like, if it's less of working out, it's more like it's a training. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm training for like I'm definitely like training for like tour and fucking just getting more in shape in general, but for my health. But it feels more like I'm gonna be able to do what I gotta do when the world open back up and shit get popping again. So
what about you, Bruce Banner?
Man, listen, like Steve said, bro, it's been a heavy year, man. A lot's been happening with everybody. And before the pandemic, I was working out like that, but now I feel like now that Steve want me to train him, I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to really go beast mode, man. Like I try to kill us at least 2-3 times a week, man. I be coming up with some shit. I'm like, yeah, this shit gonna hurt. And I'd be excited. I'd be like, yo, Steve, I got some shit for us tomorrow, bro. And he'll never answer when I say that shit. Like I think he'd be like, yo, fuck you for real. Like on the other side of the phone.
I be locked in. I be locked in. Like I take it very seriously, and because when you say that type of shit, my first mind says, oh no, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the bitch in me, right? But then you gotta tame that bitch.
Mm-hmm. Tame the bitch.
You gotta tame your inner bitch, and then I just lock into the zone where I'm like, all right, well, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it till I can't do it, or You know what I'm saying? We're gonna figure it out. And it's not so much he exaggerates. It's not so much like we go in there and just like do ridiculous shit. It's that we're just trying new muscle groups. We're doing different types of workouts, new things. Like I said, we're not just going in there doing fucking doing weightlifting. We're weight training. We're doing endurance training. So it is a little more. It is a lot more difficult, and we burn a lot in there, but it's good for what I want to do. And eventually I feel like in a year or so we're going to get bored with this shit anyway. We're going to have to start doing like boxing training or, MMA training or some shit. So,
well, one thing that people don't understand with the whole working out thing, like you said, y'all working out new muscles and shit like that.
Yeah.
When you're waking up those new muscles, that shit is never easy.
Never.
It's never easy.
No.
So, but it's those people that kind of separate the bitch in them, and then they understand that pain is that good feeling, because that's that old, tired, drained, depressed you that's breaking out.
100%.
Yeah, man. Working out is not like an easy thing, man. Not everybody can just work out every day, bro. It takes a different type of person to, get up and keep having to endure that. Especially the first 2 weeks is the hardest. The first 2 weeks, every day you go home, you like, man, I ain't going back tomorrow.
Right.
But once you push through that, bro, you get to a point where it's more discipline and habit than it is you wanting to get there. Because like Steve said, bro, I'll be waking up some days like, man, I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
But then, the sadist in me be like, nah, let's go get this. We gotta go lift today, man. Like I just like, I like challenging myself, man. So I always like try to find new workouts that I may have never done before, never thought of. It's just like how I do with food, man. I always like try to take it to the next level. So we'll see how we looking next year around this time, man. Hopefully we not too cock diesel, bro. Like,
hell yeah. I want to look good naked, man.
Hey,
straight like that.
That's a fact.
Well, speaking of that,
Straight like
pause. That's a good segue too. So I was thinking, COVID, cases going up, going down, shit getting crazy out here. I'm actually seeing people getting pregnant, during this pandemic. Yeah. And I wondered, how are people having sex during the pandemic? And then I stumbled across a link on Mayo Clinic. And this link was basically giving people the ins and outs on how to have sex during a pandemic. And it was saying shit like, wear a mask while you're having sex.
Dope.
That's for one. Are you guys wearing a mask if you
Hell no.
Well, first of all, not to get too deep and personal, pause. Are y'all fucking during this pandemic?
No. I ain't had sex since March.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm just picking up shit and putting it down, bro. That's all I do.
Okay. So this isn't. So we can speak hypothetically here.
Never mind, bro.
Hey yo.
I was about to dry stitch on this thing. For
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, we ain't gonna. Yeah, because we still guy code.
Hey,
we still brothers.
Oh, shit.
But this is saying, for one, wear a mask when you have sex.
I mean, if you said it, there's like kinky sexual masks that you can do if you're doing some like BDSM type shit.
Yeah, if I'm like trying to be a nurse.
That's a vibe. Yeah, nurse. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I'm performing surgery on the coochie.
I'm gonna get the disease out of you, and they just.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm about to perform surgery on the coochie.
How you gonna
wear a mask?
How you gonna suck my dick with a mask on?
She not.
Yeah.
Now they got masks with the holes in them.
That ain't a mask.
They made those like second week of the fucking quarantine. They was like, yeah.
Well, that's
y'all sucking dick.
But that's a good point though. The sucking dick part.
Listen,
they said to wear a dental dam for oral sex, oral and anal sex.
Wait, what is that?
They going crazy.
Dental dam is like the plastic
female
wrap.
version of a condom, right?
No. Dental dam is like the shit that it's like a wrap, like
saran wrap.
It's kind of like a saran wrap
that
type
you put on
shit.
Pussy.
Yeah, but it's kind of like
that's a dope.
It's for to protect you from shit like that.
I need that slippery mouth.
So
yeah, I want you to squirt in my mouth.
Oh, yeah, bro. That's some nut shit. Doctors can really.
Give me
I
that,
bet you the
bro.
doctors is writing this while having sex, bro. I'm pretty sure they're having raw
Hey,
sex.
look, man,
when
the
they
squad
wrote
is back. We gonna get different.
Give me that moment,
I
baby.
know Shaq be doing these PC calm ass.
Yeah,
pods,
man. People been telling me I've been
Hell
too
no.
serious
doing
on
these
this shit,
serious
man.
ass like
You
fucking an NPR podcast and shit, man. Listen, man.
That ain't this today.
Listen, man.
That ain't
Niggas
this.
is- you know what I mean?
Who's squirting?
So look, this is saying no, seriously though. This is saying minimize the partners that you have.
Yeah,
For one, okay, I get that.
sure.
But avoid kissing.
Okay,
Avoid kissing
okay.
when having sex.
I'm
Now
not-
this is not for Steve because we know how Steve feels
I like
about kissing.
Yeah, I'm about
I
to say.
kissing.
So-
I'm a change man.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Oh
I'm a
man.
change man.
Telling you no.
For 2 years, I had this whole thing where I was like, man, you can't be out here kissing bitches. Cause like, when I said that, I was talking about women that like you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about like girls you like meet, y'all talk for a little minute, and then like a week later y'all fucking. I don't know this girl, man. I don't know what you do with your mouth. I don't know your dental plan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how well you take care of yourself. I don't know who dick you suck in. I don't know what type of shit you want.
Right.
Like,
Major.
and you just out here sucking mouth, and like that's a little scary. And then people be like, "Oh, you gonna put your dick in there? You gonna put?" I mean, you know what? My dick is way more resilient than my mouth. Like, what are you talking about? I eat with this motherfucker.
Yo.
I mean, but there are some girls that really don't. They don't really climax from the dick. They climax from the the other side.
sure.
You got to eat that cat.
For sure.
Swallow
So you might have to use your mouth more than you use that other party.
For sure. But I was talking about kissing mouth.
Okay, so you'll kiss the pussy,
Yeah.
even though you don't know her.
Your mouth is encountering way more in the world than your pussy is.
Okay.
Oh,
My dick is the
yeah.
cleanest thing on me right now.
Okay.
Nothing
God
touches my
damn.
dick all day except for when I go to go to the bathroom.
And yeah, in my drawers.
And maybe
if
like
I'm
a little
wearing
bit. Maybe if
drawers.
you sweat from all day, whatever
Yeah.
you're doing. But like that's
But
it.
I think some girls like the sweat
I
though.
love sweat.
No, they like the sweat on the dick.
Yeah, because it's seasoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some
They like the
seasoning on it.
season. They don't like
know?
shit that don't
Yeah.
taste like
Yeah,
that.
run a little
Yeah.
basketball game and come holler.
They don't like that. They don't like the black soap, the Dove dick. You know, you got to put some seasoning on that thing. Throw some
I
seasoning.
like the
I'm
black.
trying to
I like the
taste.
black
I'm
soap.
trying to taste your day.
Yeah, let me see what you did today.
I'm trying
Hey,
to
yo.
taste your day.
We holla at
That's
you.
like dudes that eat ass, bro. You going taste what she
Venti.
ate today.
Whoa.
Venti me.
You gonna taste what
You know
she
what I mean?
ate?
So you think niggas is out here eating ass during the pandemic?
100%.
Absolutely.
Are you
I
kidding
know
me?
somebody that was
Yo,
eating
nothing
ass, bro.
stopped.
So
But
when
this
you
is the
catch
thing.
COVID,
But this is the
go
thing. I
ahead.
want to go back to something that you said with how
Alright.
you started this with the pregnancy thing.
Okay.
I don't think people are getting pregnant by randos. Like I think people are getting pregnant by people they live with.
Yeah, they
They're
get
their steady spouse they
quarantined.
already had. Like they're quarantined. They were remember, the beginning of this lockdown shit. Motherfuckers was like niggas scared to go outside type shit.
Right.
So
Motherfuckers
like
getting in
motherfuckers was
relationships.
fucking.
But see, don't get that misconstrued too, because there's a lot of people that don't live with the people that they're fucking.
Yeah, but they were still going out and going to the pulling up.
Yeah,
Bro, quarantine bay was a thing. Remember that shit when quarantine first started?
Yeah.
Everybody had a quarantine bay.
it definitely was
You know?
until the quarantine bay leaves. Then it's like I Am Legend outside.
Facts.
Damn.
So now you got to check all perimeters and shit like that. But what happens when you catch COVID? You're not going out like that. You're
Listen,
just fucking.
I know a nigga that got 2 bitches pregnant during quarantine.
Ooh. Oh, he was
So-
horny.
So this is not. I mean, people they didn't stop. Like nothing stopped.
He was horny.
Yeah.
They're like, where you going? Oh, I'm going to work.
Yeah. That's, what about having a threesome and getting both girls pregnant?
Listen.
That's sick.
That's a luck of the draw right
That's
there.
How did you
Sick.
do that?
That's sick.
He must have been going rounds.
That's sick.
How you what?
having a threesome and getting both girls pregnant?
What you got? One
At
one
the same
pregnant off
time
the
or like-
prenup?
No,
or
not at the
something?
same time, but during the act.
The same
You-
act?
You
The
nutting
same
in
session?
both.
Damn,
yeah, the
bro.
same sesh.
I don't know.
nut or
That
two
sound
nuts?
kind of. That
No,
sound
not
kind
in
of
one
good
nut.
because then that means you could fuck them forever at that point.
Because you could pull out. You could pull
One
out.
girl.
You could pull out. Get a little. You know what I'm saying? Have a little residue pop into the other John. Now she pregnant too.
Bro, listen.
Yeah.
You could do it.
That sound like unlimited threesomes at that point, bro. Because y'all gotta raise y'all
Threesomes
kids
are
as a
not.
family.
Threesomes are not as lavish as motherfuckers make them out to be, man.
I've never had one, so I don't know.
I never
bro.
had one either, but like the more I like hear about them, I'm like, this shit don't even sound fire for real.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, bro.
But I mean, no,
I don't
we're
know.
going back to COVID. Like everybody was taking risks. I mean, you was taking a risk going to the grocery store. So I mean, at that point,
For real, for real.
you know what I mean.
I didn't even think about that. I was still outside for a
Most
minute.
people that I know that got COVID were staying safe, doing their thing. They, maybe ran to CVS real quick, ran to the grocery store at some point, and then boom, 2 weeks, 2 weeks later, they got symptoms and shit. So, they wasn't doing no wild shit or anything like that. I mean, you that early moment when it was running rampant and it was crazy, like the whole like, it was hard to keep your like, that okay, I go outside, don't touch my face, have the mask on. When I get home, wash my hands, take the mask off, wash my hands again. That was like a whole bunch of shit that you had to be careful of because people didn't even know how motherfuckers was getting it. You know what I mean?
That's
so
a fact.
On top of that, and it was like I said earlier, with the anxiety, depression, the stress, like motherfuckers was like, fuck it,
Right.
like I'm getting some fucking sex.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I don't think I could really give people, too much advice because I just think, us as humans, we gonna fuck. So
Yeah. Can't stop the fucking.
I don't know. You just gotta keep your partners to a minimum, I guess, during this shit.
Yeah, bro.
Like, but that's the thing too, because now you gotta like the guys that don't really care too much about what their girl is doing, or the girl that they're just fucking is doing. Now you gotta kind of be like that guy now. Like, where the fuck you been at?
The girl
Who you been with?
The girl that I was the girl that I was messing with at the time when all that shit really started was an essential worker. So I definitely wasn't fucking her.
Okay.
You feel me? I was afraid. Like,
Yeah.
I was afraid,
Yeah, because who wants to lose their life over sex?
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't ask that question because, like I'm saying,
Well, it's it's like our biggest purpose. So
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. This shit, I don't know. Like I don't think people are gonna wear a mask while they're fucking.
I think that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're around somebody, I think that's more for like booty calls and shit. I think they
Right,
were just
yeah.
going like, look, we know y'all horny, we know y'all gonna wild out and do some wild shit.
right,
They were just going, look, try this.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta remember, motherfuckers be fucking off the first day to be meeting people.
But if it's
bro.
a liquid, like if it's like a bodily fluid transferred disease or whatever, sweat is gonna do that anyway. So mask ain't really gonna do shit.
Right.
Like your body sweat, exchange of bodily fluids and stuff like that. A condom's not gonna stop that. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna cover up your bodies and wear hazmat suits while you fucking and no shit like that. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Like just
Exactly, bro.
yeah, you just gotta take the risk at that point.
Hey, I mean, I guess in closing with this shit, I would just advise people to still have protective sex, the normal way, wear a condom if necessary, when necessary, and just as far as the COVID thing, like I said, just keep your partners to a minimum, and you gonna have to long stroke that shit. 6 feet. Everybody don't have that luxury to be able to long stroke it, but that's what you're gonna have to do in order to stay safe.
That's
in my opinion.
That's some wild advice.
So,
They really thought they was gonna put regulations on people having sex during quarantine when people out here getting fucking jail.
yeah, but I don't think it was a thing about putting restrictions. I think it was for people that was worried about how to have sex during the pandemic.
Bro.
Some people, it's people out here that overthink everything. So like,
There's motherfuckers that go to take out their trash and put a mask on.
yeah, shit like that.
There's motherfuckers that wear masks in their car.
They thought that the
Shit like
disease
that.
was in the air.
I'm one of those people too, by the way.
You wear your
sometimes.
mask in your car?
I wear my mask on. I used to wear my mask on there. No, it was like this. If I go outside, if I go to the store and I put
And
my
you go-
mask on,
yeah, and you
I
go
do
back
my
into the
thing, I get
car.
back in the car. I'm not fucking.
You automatic, yeah.
I'm just gonna
You
I'm just
gonna
gonna
keep
keep
it
it
on,
moving. Yeah,
I wear that shit around my neck, but it's not gonna be on my face still.
I'll forget to take it off, but I'm like, fuck it, it's already on my face. I'm driving, like I'm not about to do this whole shebang to try to get my mask. I'm like, man, fuck it, I'm cozy,
Nah.
like I'm chilling.
I like to raw dog the air sometimes.
You
know.
got to.
Yeah.
I like the.
I'm not against that. I'm just
That
saying, like,
fresh
it wasn't a
breeze.
thing of like, oh, I don't want to. Let me keep my mask on. So when in the beginning, I was afraid that if I touch something, I don't want to touch my face, so I'm not gonna take my mask off until I get home and wash my hands.
Right.
That was the thing in the beginning,
Yeah,
which should still be a thing, but I just kind of said fuck it, I think a lot of us.
I
said
think
fuck it.
everybody at that point now, bro. I don't even
Yeah.
see people walking around with Lysol like they used to.
Yeah.
Walking around.
Everybody had like lost Lysol on them like it was a strap.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, I wish a motherfucker would spray me in public with fucking Lysol. I'll smack the fucking shit out you. Straight up.
Hey,
But nah, let's get into the real shit though. So we at this point in stage of life, we've all tried to do or have done business with friends, outside of, whatever business we're trying to do. And I want to talk about that this episode. Just friends and, doing business with them. So, I guess to start it off, um from my perspective, I think a lot of people would want to do business with friends because that whoever they're trying to go into business with, that is like there's a trust factor there. Sometimes people may think that they can trust these people that they're doing business with just because off top, this is my boy, or this is my home girl. So I think off top, that might be the notion of, all right, let's do business together. We already friends.
Yeah.
We already doing the same shit. So let's do business together. So from when it starts to that, what are some things that y'all have seen in y'all areas where, I guess doing business with friends may not always be the best thing?
Um, Honestly, when it comes to doing business with friends, like you said, bro, you want to put your friends on. Anytime where money involved, and you have like the leadership personality, you gonna want to involve your friends, because it's like, if I eat, we all gonna eat. Um, and it's a lot of cons, but it's a lot of pros, man. Especially when the communication is off. People aren't gonna be on the same level as you all the time. Even if y'all start out on the same level, you gotta constantly make sure y'all speak about things that's going on, because at some point in time, shit is gonna get misconstrued. Y'all intentions may not be the same for whatever y'all doing, um, and you'll find out once the money start flowing. Once money start getting involved, that'll really let you know, like, if you can continue doing business with your friend or not, man. A lot of people, a lot of people, they start moving different when money get involved, man. Or when they think money's involved, you know.
So what is it about the money being involved that you believe? Because when we talk about money, it's not even always the thing about people are getting paid. It's just the fact that money's being involved, like getting booked to do things, and now we have to get money together to make this whatever we're doing happen. For example, you cater, so like if you're getting booked, you're getting money, you're getting paid. You may get paid a deposit, or you might get paid something, and you use that money and whatever else to get whatever you need to
Right.
put the event together. So what, even before it may even get to a point where everybody is actually on a payroll, what is it about money being involved that drives these businesses or friendships even to go sour, you think?
I think because nobody want to feel like they getting the short end of the stick, man. That's even outside of money, just like in life in general. Nobody wants to feel like that. You, especially as visionaries, nobody wants to be like, oh man, he's getting more. It don't even got to be money. It could be more attention. Like, oh, he's like, we started this brand together. He's getting more attention. People only recognize him. Stuff like that, man. Like, um, if people feel like they started something with you and they're not getting recognized the same as you, it's going to be a problem. Like, Steve Jobs, he had his best friends. His best friends, people don't know their names unless they read Steve Jobs' book or looking at Apple itself. Like, people only recognize Steve Jobs and don't really pay much attention to his friends that help him start the whole fucking programming. So it's stuff like that, man.
Right.
The small stuff that could become big over time, like as things grow. Something that was small before, it gets bigger now, because now it goes on, what's the word I'm looking for? It goes unchallenged, for real. Like, like, say if you was like me and you getting the same amount of money, right? All right, we cool with that. But then, like, if people only recognize you and we both put in the same amount of work, I'm gonna feel some type of way. It's like, damn, bro, like I'm putting in work too. Y'all don't see me, and I may not say nothing about it, but at some point it's gonna be like, damn, like people ain't recognize me for the work I put in.
I want to add to that, but before I do that, I'm asking you the same question. Before the money thing, where do you think things go sour just from doing business with friends.
I believe that if you're doing business with friends because they're your friends, you're already going sour.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
I don't believe in homeboy politics. I think it's a shitty way to work. It rarely ever works. Maybe 5% of the time. I'm gonna do this for you because you my guy, or we gonna do this because you my guy. I'm gonna hook you up because you my guy. Fuck that. Yeah. Because I can love you, but you can be worthless. Right. Or you can love me and I could be worthless. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there was a point in time when Tyler tried to ask me to join his company, and I said, look, man, I have no place. Yeah. I have no place. I don't know how I would be able to contribute effectively for what you're trying to do. I think that and I didn't agree with the business model that he had going, where he was inviting all these people to join, just because I think that the power is always going to be focused, and not to get into detail about that, but just to bring it back, like I think that a lot of times, especially in the business that I'm in, it is all about image. It is all about who's getting seen, who do people know the name of, et cetera, et cetera. And when you're working with other artists or, other creators, et cetera, a lot of times there's the competitive aspect that comes into it. And then, people will link up with you just to piggyback off of what you got, or vice versa. And then try to catapult themselves through that. Everybody's looking for an opportunity. So you can imagine, your homeboys are the closest thing to that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Your friends are the closest thing to that, because they know you. You guys have a relationship on a personal level, and you know what I'm saying. When it comes down time, a lot of people will try to pitch it to you like it's a favor. Like, man, let me get in on this. Let me do this. Let me rock with you. Let me do this. When I had my situation over the past year, motherfuckers was trying to talk themselves into getting plane tickets, and I'm like, why would you need to be there? Yeah. You're not a part of this. Yeah. You're not an effective unit.
But
in
just
this
for
whole
being
thing.
around.
But just because I'm around, I know you, I know y'all, I fuck with the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with the team. It's like, that's cool, but like, so is like every person that listens to my music. Like, that don't mean that you get to fly to LA. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It has to be essential personnel only. Yeah. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, essential personnel is just me. It's just Tyler. It's just you. A lot of times it may just be, who's the face of the shit, who's the front. You have to know these things. I remember we had that conversation where I said you have to know who you are in the situations that you're in. Sometimes you're not the top dog. You got to know who that person is. You have to respect that, and then you have to move accordingly. Yeah. And at the same time, when you are the top dog, you have to respect that, know who it is, and move accordingly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't hide yourself. Don't be so modest that you forget, because a lot of times what that does is somebody, the wolves is always watching. And when they see that you're acting too modest, or you're being too giving, or you're not trying to take that spot, they're gonna try to take it from you. Yeah. And it's impossible for them. See, a lot of people think that they are that nigga when they're not that nigga. And in business, it's very important that, and I'm using this terminology, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, it's important that, especially in our industries, I guess I would say, entertainment, arts, creativity, etc., those types of things, it's important that the face of it, the person that gets a lot of the credit, the person that gets the recognition for it, continues to get that and gain that and boost that. It's important, especially when you're trying to break into a market, because it's smarter to break in with a fine point rather than going, look, it's me and all my niggas. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When ASAP came out, we didn't all hop on every ASAP member. We was looking at Rocky, and then they slowly gave us Ferg. You know what I'm saying, et cetera, et cetera. We can look at Wu-Tang the same way. We can look at a lot of different things where it's like they, you get one by one. It's never just like every nigga at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing goes with, I think, a lot of businesses, a lot of different things when it comes down to all of that. And I use those examples because these are groups of friends. Yeah. And it takes real friends to understand and have those conversations and go, all right, look, who's the one? Yeah. All right, but you the one. All right, let's all get behind this nigga and let's all get it done. And then boom.
That's missing.
That's completely missing.
Yeah.
That's completely missing.
That's missing out most conversations, man.
What y'all both said, both of y'all responses, it revolves around playing your position, playing your role. That's something that a lot of people, it's not even that they don't know how to do it. They choose to not do it. They just don't want to do it. And you know, it may be 100% ego based. You know, I don't feel like Tyler should be, you know, the face of this. Or I don't think Steve should be the face of this, because I think I should be the face of it.
That's definitely
for whatever reason. I just think I should be the face of it.
And hey, maybe you should get, and it's the leader's job, which is the nigga that is the face of it. You know, a lot of times it's their job to give you the opportunity
To take it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and if you can take it, you can have it.
But
if you can take it from my hands, you can have it.
It's a lot of times where like that doesn't happen though. When you give people the opportunity, or even if you don't, if you can say you can do something, you know, better than somebody, do it.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I shouldn't have to give you the opportunity. Do it, and then but that doesn't even happen sometimes. It's usually just, fuck this. I'm gonna go do the same thing, but I'm gonna try to do it better than
It's
you.
passive aggressive.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
and that never works out the way most people think it. It rarely ever works out that way when you take that route.
yeah.
Like, I think it's important. Like, you know, if you feel like you could do somebody job better than they can, I think like not saying you should like stalk them, but you should like pretty much like follow, like watch what they doing, man. Like, pay attention, because a lot of the times you just have an assumption of what they doing. You go out in the world and try to like duplicate that, and it's all fucked up because you misconceived what they was doing to get where they got. You know,
Yeah.
like,
everybody wants to be a boss. Everybody wants to be the head honcho, but it's a lot that comes with, you know, being a top guy. Everybody doesn't have those qualities that it takes, you know, when shit goes down or shit gets rough, you know, and they're attacking that one person because they don't know who else is putting together all this shit behind the scenes. A lot of people don't have that strength to be able to say, all right, I see what's going on here. I hear this, I hear that, but fuck it, we still riding. Everybody don't have that, you know, attitude where it doesn't matter what's going on, we're still going to move like this. We're still going to make shit happen. And it's just sad to see, because a lot of times where you have a group of friends, like you brought up ASAP, like if the things that go on now was to happen, you know, like with groups like that, we wouldn't have gotten ASAP Rocky.
Exactly.
We wouldn't get a lot of the groups that we have had now, just even outside of music, just entertainment. Right. You know, you got all types of black businesses now.
We've lost a lot based off that too.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We've lost a lot.
That's a fact.
Off the strength of that, man. Like, some things just got to be put in perspective for people, man. And you know, as artists or anything that's art based, entertainment based, you gonna have that ego.
Yeah.
All creatives have an ego, man.
We gotta stop. Not to cut you off. We gotta stop. Too. We need our ego sometimes. It's not like, you know, when people talk about ego, it's like, all right, don't have no ego.
Like it's a demon.
Yeah. Like sometimes we need ego, but your ego shouldn't overpower your decision making, and it shouldn't overpower
your logic.
Your logic and working with, you know, a team, because then that's when it gets like, all right, it's just about me type shit. What were you about to say?
I was gonna say that it's important to have that connection with those people that are your friends. Yeah. You know, and to be able to have conversations with them on a level where, you know, we can break through all the bullshit and just come down to what the product is. I think a lot of times people let their emotions guide the situation, especially when dealing with friends, and it should be more so about what the work is. Right. You know, and I, you know, I can only speak from my experience. A lot of, you know, my focus is always the content, the music. You know, that comes first, and then everything else comes second. So the feelings, the emotions, the personal things, et cetera, those all come after. Is the work good enough? Excuse me. Is this of quality? Yeah. And what I've experienced is a lot of times niggas can't get past that shit. So, you know what I mean? People want to, you know, people want to do certain things creatively. Maybe it doesn't work out, et cetera. All of that aside, you know, if your heart is in it for the outcome, if your heart is in it for the money, if your heart is in it for the, I'm not saying, nobody goes into business to be broke or not make money.
But if that's the only focus.
But if you're doing a business that you're not passionate about the work itself, you probably shouldn't be doing it in the first place. There's a lot of reason why, when I got you started on podcasting, my intention was never to be like, oh, I need a nigga to do this podcast with me. It was, bro, I see my guy, he has an ability, I have the materials to enable him to jump into this shit. I think it would be fire. It was just a passion project.
Right.
It had nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we looked into the future and said, man, niggas can make money off this shit, but it was more so like, bro, I saw the qualities.
Right.
And I was like, man, this motherfucker should be podcasting for real. Like, it'd be a really, really, really good podcaster.
Right.
And that had nothing to do, you were my guy, of course, and that was my way of like looking out as a friend and that type of thing. I think that's a way different way of going into business, because it was kind of selfless. It was more so like, I believe in this nigga, so I'm gonna help him, rather than it being like, well, we homies and you got the skills and I kind of got the skills, so let's get into, you know what I mean? It wasn't about me piggybacking or you piggybacking off of me or none of that. It was about literally just like, bro, I just want to get this nigga talking on the platform. And that was it. It was simple. It wasn't even complicated. I think a lot of times people overcomplicate their involvement with their friends in business, etc. Even if you're doing restaurants, even if you're opening hotels, if you're doing real estate, all types of shit. It's like, if you're getting into these things, if you're getting into these money-making operations with your friends, you have to draw the line. You have to draw the black tape. Everyone has to be clear on what this is, and you have to be able to disagree in business, and then not let it teeter over into friendship. It's important.
Transparency is so important. Fuck doing business with friends. Doing business with anybody.
100%.
Like, you gotta be transparent. You gotta be honest with yourself, and you gotta be honest with everybody that you're involved with.
That's
if
crucial.
you got something that you gotta say or a feeling about something, why would you let that shit linger on for weeks and days and months? Like, those people, I can't relate to people like that, because I can't, like, if I let some shit linger on for a day, that shit's gonna eat my fucking soul.
Yeah, I'm losing sleep over that.
That shit's gonna eat my soul. So I can't hold some shit that I know, like, I can say to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid to say some shit that, like, I know is coming from a good place, especially if it's just business.
Yeah. So
with us, because we at one point when we started this, we all were doing this.
Yeah.
So because we never had any tension. Granted, like, we've been friends for years. All of us been friends for years.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean shit.
Right.
So what kind of advice could we give from what we did and how things worked with us?
I mean, we all had to understand it for real. Like,
I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. We different, man.
Yeah, bro. I'm about to say we all have the leadership aspect in us, bro. Whenever I came in, I knew I was gonna be behind the cameras, making sure y'all was looking good, and commenting here and there, bro. It was like, it wasn't like, yo, throw me in front of the camera, bro. I'm not doing this shit no more. Like,
right.
It was never none of that,
thing,
bro.
yeah.
Like I never let my ego get in. Like, bro.
I think a lot of it too is like like you said, we grew up together and all of this shit, but a lot of it too is like we all do different shit. Like,
yeah,
we all have different passions, so there was no way for us to step on each other's toes. You feel me? I think a lot of times when a group of friends gets together, they all do the same thing. Oh, we all rap. Oh, we all play video games, or we all play basketball. It's like all your niggas, a lot of groups of friends, all of them niggas do the same shit. So they all trying to be Kobe and
so
they
you
shit.
Mean outside of the podcast, we all had different shit.
Outside of the podcast, Tyler's a fucking chef.
Okay.
You were. I mean, you were becoming a podcaster, and me, I do music. So it was like, we had no way to. It wasn't about, oh, these niggas trying to crutch my style. These niggas trying to fuck up my shit. It was like, no, none of us felt any type of competition, I would say, or any type of like danger, or to image or to anything like that. But if I was sitting on these couches with two other niggas that rapped and had full blown careers, now we're competing for who's the coolest rapper on the show. Yeah. It changes immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's a big factor in why it never really got that serious, because we never had that macho beating the chest bullshit having to go down. You feel me? But I know I can, and I'm saying that as a person that's being, taking accountability. I 100%, if I was doing a podcast with two other rappers on a consistent basis, I'm gonna be a little different, because I'm now in the competition. I'm now in direct opposition with these niggas. Even though these are my co-hosts, these niggas is food. They gotta be, because we rap. It's a part of the sport. It's like if you sit three gladiators down to talk.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
If you sit Mike Tyson next to his opponents before the fight, they gonna talk shit. I'm not gonna sit here and, let this nigga shine. Nigga, I'm that nigga. And I want you to believe that. And any nigga sit next to Mike Tyson go do the same thing. Yo, fuck this nigga Mike.
Right.
You feel me? Like, that's what you supposed to do.
Right.
That's just how it is. So I think that's what made it a lot easier for us. And I think that's what makes it a lot easier in our friend group outside of the pod. You know what I'm saying? All of our friends in our group do different shit completely, have different passions, have different directions in life. We're all kings in our, and leaders in our own right. Of another, Tyler has his own business that he has his own staff. I got my own crew of people, my own team, my own staff. You got your own team, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have a whole group of people that we actually work and do our thing with, separate from all of this shit. When we come together, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of dynamic, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree. What do you think, Tyler? Because you were just behind the camera, and if we're making it more relatable, like, you could have been, just at some point, because we weren't doing it as consistent, but it was growing to the point where this could actually become something. So why wasn't it never a thing where, like, you wanted to intervene, or like?
It was no reason to. If I'm being completely honest, it was really like, it was never a point where it was like, yo, nah, I need to, like, get my face out there more. Like, this not even that type of podcast.
Right.
You feel me? Like, this was never that, bro. Like, that was never the intentions of this being made. Like, even when I was getting put in more episodes, like, when y'all started showing my face more, it was still just, it was the same energy,
Yeah.
The same energy as if I was behind the camera, man. I know what I was there for. I know my role. Like, I'm not thirsty for nothing extra outside of that, other than, like, working with y'all, bro. That's always how it's ever been. I'm a team player all the way. Like, sometimes I gotta lead, sometimes I gotta play the background, and that's cool with me. I ain't tripping off nothing else. Like, isn't one thing that always been, like, something for me, bro, is just making sure that everyone's good. Like,
Right.
I don't ever, like, want somebody to be like, oh yeah, you're doing this. Nah, man. If we all ain't good, then it's an issue. We gotta fix that now. Like, or else I'm good off that.
Yeah.
See, I think for me, I always had that eye for, like, talent and who could do what, like, and just over the past, I'll say, like, 5 years, that was my ultimate goal at first, just getting a group of people together and, let's do some shit, because I already know what I'm capable of. I can pretty much do anything that I put my mind to. If I have a goal to do something, and if I want to perfect it, I can do that with anything, anything. Right. Truthfully and honestly speaking, I'm not even saying that to toot my own horn. I done tried a lot of shit, and I already felt like if I kept doing this shit, it could be perfected. But that was never my goal, like, from the beginning, and I think that's what kind of hurt me, where I wasn't being, like, that good selfish, where, like, I was trying to get me together first, but I'm trying to get niggas to, do some shit, and then, all right, now let's make shit happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of times where you are that type of leader, where you try to get, your boys together. And you said it earlier, Steve, like, just because we're friends, that doesn't mean that your worth is, as valuable as our friendship.
Right.
So I think, a lot of times we may look at shit like that. And I think when I was at that stage, I was obviously way younger than I am now. So that was a learned lesson, just being able to understand that, everybody doesn't have that quality to be able to, make a business flourish just off top, just that alone. Just making a business flourish. Fuck even like doing your part, but just making this shit blossom into something. Everybody doesn't have that quality. Some people just rather just keep imagining shit or keep dreaming that they could do some shit.
Right.
So
or keep acting in front of people.
Yeah. Of course. But that's that's with social media, everybody, and that's something that we didn't talk about that neither. The patience you gotta have with just having a business. People just want that fast, microwave shit, and a lot of times it's really not like that. If you ain't really trying to sell your soul out here doing some goofy ass shit, it's you gonna have to put some time and some effort and some work into it. But that's kind of where like you separate those people that are, just doing this shit just to do it, and those people that are like extremely, passionate. Those people that are like lose sleep.
Yeah, a lot of niggas want to get in for the get money scheme type.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, like, a lot of niggas want to get in for the like, oh, if we do this, we can run this game, and then boom, we get a bag. It's like, you gotta be, like you said, those man hours, those hours putting in those 10,000 hours of putting in work and struggling and not going outside and. Not even not going outside. That was like a personal. That was like, I got this. Yeah, but that's me. Like, that was me. Like, for when I was learning my craft, I didn't step out. Like, I was so focused. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get good at this shit. I'm gonna get sweet. I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna in and out. I'm still a student to this day.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it was more of a thing. It's just a passion. Like, I knew that if I worked harder than everybody else that I knew, if I worked hard as I could, then I could really do something with this shit. When you really want it, you're gonna do that. And a lot of people will see what you do, and what they'll do is they may even successfully mimic what you have shown. You know what I mean? But it's like painting a cabinet, where like working on the front door and not working on the back. Like you don't have any foundation. It doesn't come from anything. It's not fully fleshed out. It's not a complete product. If we take it off the hinges and rotate it, what is it? Is it as nice on the back? Is it as nice in the places where the sun doesn't even shine, where the light don't hit it? Is it good and put together on the inside as it is on the outside? When you put in that work, it is. When you don't put in that work, it crumbles under pressure. And a lot of these niggas crumble under pressure. And a lot of time these niggas be your friends that just piggyback off of you because you got the real passion. You probably got the real talent. You probably got the real vision, the real outlook. And when they try to get in on what you're doing, they don't really carry it, they don't have it, but they want to be a co-owner, or they want to be, they want to be a higher up, they want to be right next to you. But it's like, if I fall, I don't even know if you can carry me. And that's important with anybody that you have sitting next to you in business as your partner. Your partner should be able to carry you just as much as you can carry them. Right. So, that's the scary part while getting in with your friends. Now, there's positive outside, positive aspects of getting in with your friends too, because maybe your friend is strong enough, maybe your friend is good enough, maybe your friend is smart enough, maybe your friend have qualities that you fail at, and you have qualities that they fail at, and y'all can combine and work together. That all comes in with communication and being honest with each other. You figure that shit out, then you move forward.
Right.
That's a part of that foundation. If you don't build the foundation, and you don't build that understanding, you don't get into the mentality. I think a lot of people skip the mentality aspect. They're just looking at logistics and money and materialism. You're not looking at the mentality aspect of like, okay, how are we going to view each other through this thing? How are people going to view us through this thing? I think about these things all the time, especially as an artist. I have to always be mindful of how people view my shit, and how people view my business and view my brand, et cetera, et cetera. And then, then we go outside and we work with it that way. So, a lot of motherfuckers don't understand that, and you can always tell that early on. So it's real easy to, if you take those steps, when you're starting a business or you're going into business, whatever, with a friend, it's real easy to take those steps and sit down and go, all right, look, let's talk, and let's just hash all this shit out and make sure that we're all clear, so that then we can get down to the numbers of logistics or what we're gonna do, et cetera, designs, whatever the fuck, and go forward from there. Rather than just jumping into all the bullshit, and then when the money come, niggas start acting up like, no, the money, I should know exactly how you gonna be when the money come.
Exactly.
From
Exactly.
way before we even get started.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it should not take the money coming for it to be like, oh, because once the money comes, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's
It's
too
over at that
fucking
point.
late. The business is fucking running on oil.
It's
Right.
over at that point.
Right. And you should really act like, when the money comes, you should act like you're not getting any money, because regardless, you gotta, if you're going into it not even about the money and it's about pure passion, that's just the back end reward, just getting paid.
Exactly.
That's the back end reward, but just the thrill of it, it's not even going to be work. It's not going to feel like work. So it's not like you're looking for it, but of course, I'm expecting to get paid, but like it's not like a thirst for it. Like this is
You're not working
Yeah,
a day
man.
and you're not doing an 8-hour shift so that
Yeah.
you can you clock in and clock out.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah, man. You gotta pay attention to who thinks like an employee and who thinks like a boss, man.
Facts.
That's really what it comes down to. I remember one thing we used to do in the kitchens, man, especially when I was working in Philly, where the cooks would be talking shit to like the sous chefs, like, "Oh, you don't do nothing. Like you sit around all day." But it's like, nah. Like it's a reason I'm sitting around now, but like all that work that I had to put in this morning so that y'all could be good today, like. So whenever they would start talking like that, we'd be like, "All right, how about this? We'll switch for today." And like you do what I normally do, and I'll do what you do. And whenever we would do that, the cooks would fold within the first hour. I'm not doing all this, because you had to like do recipes, you had to create lists for the cooks to do, you had to do inventory. Like on a day-to-day basis, they don't see that type of stuff. They just see at the end of the day, when you get like to finally kick your feet up, and they like, "Oh, why you get to kick your feet up and I'm on this line cooking?" It's like, bro,
Yeah.
like you don't even know what I was doing all day.
Right.
You just walked in.
Yeah.
Like, but all right, you got it. All right, do what I do. Let me step on the line and just cook the same dish over and over again for the next 3 hours. I'll be happy doing that.
Right.
But
You feel me?
that comes from a basis of understanding the operation. If you understand the operation, you know what these people do before you even walk into the building.
Exactly,
You
bro.
know what I mean?
You're relieving people.
But
Right.
but that's exactly what I'm saying, man. Like, you got people who looking at, like, not even just in your friends group, but you got people looking at you like, "Yo, you doing all this," without even knowing the back end of that. Like, you just looking at the part where I get to kick my feet up, not even knowing how I move. So now when you go to mimic me, you looking crazy out here because you skipping major steps. You skipping more than half of the process.
Yeah.
So
I mean, just with this, it pretty much sounds like y'all wouldn't do any, business with friends to start off. You would pretty much do business with people that is well qualified to, be, involved with whatever y'all are doing.
I think that
If that's safe to
I
say.
think that you have to look at people's qualities.
Yeah.
It's not so much about them being friends. It's
Exactly.
about them. I'm not gonna make a fucking wide receiver be a fucking kicker.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna look at you, look what you do, look at the qualities that you have, and go, okay, how could that play in my organization?
But if the wide receiver can kick,
But are you gonna be a wide receiver? Or you gonna be a kicker though? I'm not gonna
he
give you.
might be utility. If he can do both, that might be useful.
Well, all I'm saying is you have to
Nah,
be
I'm just
effective.
fucking with you.
All I'm saying is you gotta be effective. That's all I'm saying is if you're effective, you can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? If you could do everything in the fucking shit, you
go crazy.
Effectively and efficiently, yeah, let's get it. But I think it's important to look at people and look at their characteristics. Look at almost like looking at stats. Like, okay, you good at this, you're not so good at this. Da, 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 da. All right, I know how to place you. This is managerial shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With any job, any business, whatever. It's the same game. So,
That's the foundation right there.
that's the foundation. So you have to you have to know how to play people's part. I think going into business with my friends, when I view it, I look at it more so as in I would want to invest in something in their field. Like when I look at Tyler, I go, one day when I am able to afford it, I would like to invest in shit. Well, we talk about cooking shows a lot.
Yeah.
We talk about maybe restaurants, whatever. We come up with ideas together. I would like to invest in that and let him run it the way that he would run it because he's smarter than me.
Yeah.
And I just have an investment. It's a business investment for me, but him, it would be a business. You know what I mean? It would be something like that. Or we both go in on something that we believe in together that has to do something, and we just do like that. That going into business with your
we
friends
could
like
talk
that.
about that offline.
Yeah, going into
Definitely
business with your
about
friends
it,
like that is a thing that I'm interested in, and that's with any of my friends. If we both take an interest in something, we're like, yo, we got the money, let's put it together, do that, and you can put it into that or create this, whatever. Yeah, but it's never a thing of like, you know what, I want to start a business and I need bodies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna grab the closest niggas to me. No, can't do that.
And I made them. I did that before.
Yeah, well, you had to learn.
Yeah,
I did it
I
too.
did that before.
I did this. That's how I learned.
Yeah.
I did it. You know, with this music shit, it's so easy to be like, shit, you rap, oh nigga, you sing, oh
Hell
shit, you,
yeah.
oh shit, we clicked up,
Not even knowing
Big
niggas'
facts.
personalities outside
and
of
you
their
niggas
music.
got maybe 3 verses,
Yeah.
and after that, your shit ass,
Yeah.
or you know what I'm
Motherfuckers
saying,
actually
like
goofy.
it can get weird.
Yeah.
Oh yo, I wanted that part of that song, or that,
Yeah.
you know, all types of shit. It's like, bro, I'm not like I got, you know, thank God I did all of that bullshit as a kid,
Yeah.
and now I'm in a place where I'm like, I'm cool with cliques and groups and gangs and all that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with myself and run myself. I'll link up with niggas here and there and shit, but you know, I like I like driving my own boat and running my own ship, and you know what I'm saying, doing my own thing rather than having to rely on other people too. You know what I mean? Another thing, you also have to know your speed and how you work and how you operate.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you operate at a speed where people can catch up and work well with you, that may be better for you to, you know, find partners and find people, because the more the better. The more people the better. I'm not gonna say downfall, but my reason why I can't do that so much is because I'm very fast. And I'm very like, if I want to get it done, I get it done, and I'm not gonna wait for anybody. I don't want to have to wait for an engineer or wait for a producer or wait for this and wait for that. I'm just like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna learn this shit. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we could have, when we did this podcast shit, I could have looked for a podcast producer and
Yeah.
did all this other shit. It was like,
Yeah.
nigga, let's
Yeah.
go. Let's just jump out the window.
Right.
You know, a lot of people, they need to do all the other shit
Mhm.
in order for them to feel the thing is moving right.
Doable. Yeah.
So, you know, I think it's important to just know, you got to know who you are and then know who everyone else is, know what the fuck you're trying to accomplish, and then just take your time and be smart.
Yeah.
Don't just look at it like, oh, these my niggas.
What do you
let's get
want?
it. Yeah.
What do you want? Like you asked me that offline. You know, what do you want? What do you want out of that shit? What do you want out of this business? What are you trying to get out of it?
It's very important to know what you want, because you can't know your worth if you don't know what you want.
Right.
Yeah. You just be working in circles.
Yeah, man. This was real tasteful. This is definitely not gonna be the first time, or the last time I have you guys on here. But yeah, y'all promote some shit, man. If Tyler, if you got some openings for, you know, New Year's or even 2021,
This next year was crazy.
you know, promote
Yeah.
some shit, man.
2021 about to be crazy. I am halfway booked up in January, but if you got something you want to do on Valentine's Day for somebody you love, or even prior to that, after that, hit me up. I do private dinner parties. I do stuff for couples. I'm about to start bringing in cooking classes, cooking demos for people that want to learn how to do something for somebody special, or even just for yourself, man. You know, self-love is the best love. So hit me up on at Lord Watts on IG, WATTS, and yeah, man, holla at me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. My DMs be going crazy, so don't get mad if I don't answer for you like a day or two.
Hot boy.
All right, yeah, Steve, you go ahead.
Shit. I got a lot of little things in the tuck that I'm not ready to talk about yet, but you know, if you want to just follow my socials, at Alan Wolf. The X is, I have an X with a O is, so it's ALLENWXLF. A lot of you motherfuckers are listening to this already know who the fuck I am and shit, so you already know what time it is. But other than that, yeah, I got I got 2 new joints out right now, Vexed and East Coast Legend. You can check them shits out, videos with them, and yeah, I'm working on a few projects right now that I'm trying to get closed up. So, you know, if you just keep an eye on my shit, you'll see it all when it's unveiled. But that's about it right now. For I'm just happy to be here and shit.
Okay,
Big facts,
shout outs. That's big ups to that.
Hold up, before we close out, I just need y'all to also be on the lookout. I'm gonna be dropping flyers soon for the Where Tommy Getaway. We got something coming in San Diego, the Bahamas. I want to say Houston, Texas, and back in the Poconos. You know, these are cabin retreats.
Shout out to Tommy.
Yeah, big shout out to Tommy, man. It's gonna be 3-day week. I want to say 3-day now, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna make it 4-day weekends, where you just get away. I know the quarantine has been hectic for a lot of people. Come, have fun, get away to a cabin. I'll be the private chef there. You got goodies, good food, good vibes, man. Be on the lookout. I'll be posting those flyers very soon.
Fast and Furious.
Ladies.
And for any
And the ladies,
females,
mention the ladies.
yeah, any females that like makeup, Krishana Fancy Cosmetics. That is CHRISHANA, fancycosmetics.com.
Yes, sir.
Subscribe. Put your email in. This is very important. This is actually my lady that I'm talking about, but this is a very big for New Jersey based just makeup artistry, all that cosmetic shit. So support that, please. This is not I'm just throwing a name out there. This is someone that's really passionate about this, and she's really going to do major things out there for all the females that are interested in makeup or even learning about makeup. Subscribe, put your email into KrishanaFancyCosmetics.com. And I want to give a shout out to all my sponsors. Shout out to Cash App. Shout out to Square. Shout out
I was about to say. Oh shit!
Hey
he
yo.
turned up.
Hey yo.
the bag has come.
his job.
The
About to
bag
say.
has come.
It's about time.
My son.
But yeah, man, that's it, man. I love you guys. I love you, brothers.
Love you too, bro. For sure.
For life.
You a hoe.
That I am. This is, again, another episode of the No Apology Podcast, and I'll see you guys next week, man.
Hey, hold up before you end
Oh,
it too.
shit, go
I just
ahead.
want to say this real quick, man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of where you're
Big
taking this
facts.
pod. I'm proud of where you are taking it. Pretty soon, that the Cash App, Square, all
Woo.
that shit. There's gonna be some real shit. It's
Talk
not
about
gonna be
it.
a joke. It's gonna be legit.
Talk
You
about
know
it.
what I'm
Manifest it.
saying? I just
And the visual too. The
Yeah,
visual is coming.
okay.
The visual is coming 2021. Let's not get it fucked up.
Okay.
Dun, dun,
The
dun.
channel, subscribe to No Apology, the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that shit popping, booming. Mark my words on that.
Fire.
I'm proud of you guys.
dun,
I'm proud
dun.
of us.
Yes, sir. Proud of you.
Big
too.
things coming, man.
Yeah, we're not playing no games no more. Stop fucking playing with us.
Yeah, shit different.
Fucking, I'll see y'all next week though. Like I said, this is No Apology, the podcast.
Love.
Peace.